Am I wrong for telling a lie in therapy to get my dad and stepmom to leave me alone? I, 16F, did something in frustration, but I'm starting to feel guilty about it. When I was 12, my mom died in an accident. It was so sudden and I was completely in shock and disbelief because I had literally saw her happy and healthy that same morning. It was rough on my dad and I, especially during that first year. However, I thought we were starting to find a new decent normal. What I didn't know is 6 months after we buried my mom, my dad was dating again. It was a friend from work who had 2 kids of her own, and I was officially introduced to her as the girlfriend when I was 14, and they got married when I was 15. We also moved into another house because the house that my dad and I had wasn't big enough. I was not happy and tried to get out of going to the wedding, but I was made a junior bridesmaid. I was miserable and it showed. Everyone was so ready to be a family, but I put up walls and would only do stuff with them when I couldn't use homework or illness as an excuse. It was basically, if you're well enough to hang with friends, you can hang with us. My maternal aunt didn't live too far and we talked regularly. I opened up to her once and she convinced my dad to let me spend a long weekend with her. It was great and I felt a sense of relief. When COVID first hit, the thing that I felt more sad about is that I couldn't get away and be with my aunt because she was worked in the medical field. I got so depressed that I actually cried about it. I think someone overheard because my dad and stepmom decided to do therapy, but only I had to attend. I didn't really want to, but they pushed for it, and eventually I opened up about feeling sad that I felt so closed off from my family. Big mistake admitting that because my dad brought up that my stepmom and siblings were here, which sparked an argument. It was just the 3 of us, plus the therapist, but I'm pretty sure my stepmom told her kids because they started asking why I never saw them as family. My stepmom even admitted to feeling hurt, while my dad said that I should try harder to accept them because they accepted me. It felt like I was getting it at all ends, and then one day, after being asked for the millionth time, I blurted out a lie about how I knew my dad and stepmom were happy that my mom was dead because they were having an affair. They were shocked and denied this, but I saw my window and made a big fuss about it. Everyone is starting to back off and it felt great getting some space, but now that I see how hurt my dad is, the guilt is starting to sink in. Ida, and should I come clean about my accusation being a lie? ETA, I keep seeing this in the comments, so I just wanted to set the record straight on a couple of things.